right, it has been a minute since I've done some makeup, so let's do it today. Let's do it. Okay, so getting started, I'll just kind of briefly go over what I use. So I use Seint. I've been using it for, gosh, it's been almost 8 or 9 years. Like truly, truly my favorite all-in-one compact makeup. The reason I love it so much is one, because it's a cream, it really does take on like such a second skin look. But what I love is the ability to customize it. With that, I mean, you can use like a little tiny bit and have a very light coverage. You can mix it with a moisturizer, you can mix it with serums, you can use it, you can layer it to make it like a good solid coverage. You can do all the things with it, but it's basically this whole thing right here is I have 2 highlight colors, Seint calls them. They're basically your foundation colors, and these 2 colors will make up my foundation, kind of like your foundation and a concealer. Then I have a bronzer, a contour, and then in this side I have here 2 blushes, an illuminator, which is like what most browns call a highlight, and then I have a demi corrector, which is to neutralize. I love this because it's an all-in-one compact. It makes it so easy to do your makeup. And I've been doing it for 9 years, and I still love putting my makeup on every single day because it can be different every day. It's the best. Okay, I'm gonna do something a little bit different today. I'm gonna show you, so if you've watched any of my videos before, you know I will show you several different methods of application that I use, but I thought it'd be fun to do one half of my face one way and one half the other way, just so that you can kind of see how easy it truly is to apply. So the first way that I'm gonna do it on this side is I'm actually gonna put the colors on in like the spot method, just basically slapping those colors on the face, and then I'm gonna come back and blend them. And the other way, I'm gonna apply all with a brush on the other side. But first, getting started, I'm gonna set my face, and I'm just gonna use Charlotte Tilbury setting spray, which if you've ever read the actual directions on setting spray, most of the time they say to set before and after your makeup, and it really does make a difference. So spray this all over to prep the skin. Once that's dry, I'm gonna go in with my 2 colors. So I'm just using this small brush right here. This is called the blend brush. This is also from Seint. So I take this small side here, and I just I'm gonna go in with my lighter color first. So for me, this is the color June, and I'm basically just going to apply this in all the places that I wanna brighten. But I also, for me, I like to apply a lighter color right along my jawline so that it helps blend into my neck. But then I have darker melasma and things like through here. So I actually like using my darker highlight through that area. So I apply the darker color like through here, and I'm pretty much just like very haphazardly putting this on. And then I actually have been loving like contouring kind of with just a darker highlight. So not necessarily like a full-blown darker contour, but you can see I have like some melasma right there. So that's really it. I've just like applied it. I mean, and you can just kind of like do this too, like whatever. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect. You're just getting it on the skin, and then you're gonna go back in and blend it out. Then you're gonna go in with your contour, and I'm just gonna flip the brush around, and I'm gonna go in with this color called Fiji, and just do a subtle contouring. This is actually not a contour color. It's a highlight color from Seint, but I love it as a contour. And if you wanna go under your lip, you can do that. And if you want to contour more of the nose, you can kind of go in and add a little bit more definition. So I'm gonna also apply my bronzer. So taking the color High Tide here, the High Tide bronzer, and I'm gonna apply that kind of right above there. And then I'm gonna do my blush. So using the same brush, I'm just gonna pick up, this is the color Madrid, and I'm gonna kind of put that here. And it really, when I say it does not have to be perfect, it does not have to be perfect. And then I actually am gonna take this color called Pop, which is this bright red one right here, and I'm just gonna put a little of that up here. Okay, so got that done. Now let's do the other side. I'm gonna do this side with my brush. This is another method you can use to apply. So I'm gonna take my brush here. This brush is actually called the powder brush with Seint, and I love this brush. It gives you a really nice, like fuller coverage, smooth finish application with creams. I'm gonna start this time with the darker color, and I'm gonna apply it on the side of the nose. Now this time, because I'm actually just applying it where I want it and kind of blending it as I apply, I'm gonna do just the exact, I'm putting it in the same areas that I did before. So this is my darker color. This is like essentially would be like your foundation color. And I'm using this everywhere that I want a little bit more coverage. But you can see it's a titch dark for my skin. That's why then you go in with like a brighter color to brighten that out. Okay, so I have that color there. Now I want a brighter color along the jawline to blend into my neck. So I just take that and blend that in. And go here and here. And I just kind of, you can see I'm just kind of pressing it in with this brush, which is why I love it. It just gives you like this really pretty finish, and you're just like lightly pressing it in. Next, go in with the highlight color or the brightening color and just kind of go right under the eye. So now we'll go in with contour, and I'm just gonna kind of take it and I'm just gonna dab it in there, and then I just press it like right where I want to contour up here. If you get too much, it really is so easy to go in and blend. The colors just kind of melt into the skin, blending it to my liking. Let's go in with a little bit of bronzer. A little bit of bronzer. So bronzer kind of goes anywhere where you want to like warm the skin up, anywhere that like sun would naturally like hit your face. Just warm it up a little bit. So bronzer, and then let's go in with some blush. And putting that Madrid just as your blush. Beautiful color. Madrid is so pretty because it goes with like, it's very subtle, but yet it just kind of adds that nice flush of pink. After I go in with Madrid, I do switch brushes to like a finer, less dense brush to go in with Pop, because Pop is pretty pigmented, and so you don't necessarily want to pick up tons of product here. But the thing with brushes is the less dense the brush is, the less coverage you're gonna get. The denser the brush is, it's gonna be heavier coverage. You're gonna get more coverage. Okay, before I move on, let's go ahead and blend. Let's blend this side out so we can see what it looks like. So I love if I'm just straight applying my makeup like I did on this side. I love the powder brush, but if I'm gonna use this method, I like the hack brush. Is that what this is called? The 3D brush to blend. So when I go to blend, I'm just gonna take and work in sections. So everywhere that I put the light color, I'm gonna start there first and blend out. So go back down here, just blend that out. And then you can kind of work into, oh, I forgot to contour my nose on this side. I'll go in and do that too. But just basically keeping that color right where you placed it, but just blending it out. Then here we've got contour and bronzer and blush, which I am just kind of blending those together. So like marrying those two colors, circular motions, just blending them together. And then up here, same thing, blending them all together. What I do like about this method of application with just like putting it on the face and blending it out is I do find it's easier to get less product, which is truly the key with cream foundations. Less is more. Less is more. They have more pigment to them than liquid foundations, so you don't need near as much. But you can see how easy that blended out. and it's a beautiful coverage. I'm also gonna go in and line my lips here with the same contour color that I used, which is which is Fiji. I'm just gonna go in here with the color Madrid, the same color I used on my cheeks, and pop that on the lip. Like so. Okay, the next step so from here, obviously I'll finish off the rest of my makeup here, but as far as the foundation goes, if you're somebody who has oily skin or you prefer a matte finish, this is where then I would spray your setting spray. So spray all your setting spray, let that dry, then go in and set with a powder. It makes all the difference. And once you set with the powder, then go in with your illuminator and add the shimmer that you want. So I love the color rose gold. I love to just put this on. You can put this on with your finger. You can use a brush. I just will use like a beauty blender. So I take that color rose gold. Now this is a cream illuminator. So this is a cream. So it really is so pretty and just pops that little bit of shimmer on there while still looking glowy and dewy, which I love. Finished product with my foundation, and then I'll go in and do some eyeshadow. Before eyeshadow, honestly, one of my favorite things to do is just go in with my same contour and bronzer color that I used. I just like tap in both of them and then put some in the crease here, like the outer corner, and then I go up through here, which by the way, if you have a hooded eye, make sure you're applying that color over, like with your eye open and getting that whole, the whole crease area above the crease. That's where we want it to sit. Do on the other side, same color and go under the eye. This is really what I do like 95% of the time for my eyes. Because again, I just like to keep it simple. I just like it to be easy and simple. Okay, so then once I have that, you can take like your eyeshadow brush, like a blending brush, and then just kind of blend it out just to get it a little bit more blended. This color here and Cupcake. And then I just set that right here. Again, I'm kind of so sloppy with this part because I can be, and it still looks great. That's what I'm going for. Take a little bit of Bubba, which is kind of similar color, and I'm just gonna set that that darker color. Because if you do put creams on your lids, I feel like for the most part, you'll wanna go in and kind of set them with any kind of powder, whether you use like a translucent powder or whatevs. You'll just want to set it. Ooh, I should show you guys something else. Watch this. You know how it's kind of in right now, and I actually seen this on TikTok the other day, that white eyeliner on the waterline is kind of phasing out and nude eyeliner on the waterline is phasing in. But watch this. I'm going to use my same highlight color here, June, and I'm going to put that on my waterline on the bottom, and voila, I have a nude liner on my waterline. And this will just kind of open the eyes up and make them feel bigger. Okay, I'm gonna fill in my brows, do my mascara, and I will Okay, here we are, finished product, which I have to tell you, this is just natural light. I have no lights here. I have no ring light or no like lighted mirror. And the reason I tell you this is I think it's important because those tend to blur out the skin. So when you're watching makeup tutorials and somebody uses them, a lot of the times they are blurring what their face and their makeup really looks like, which is kind of deceiving. As always, you guys, if you are interested in Seint and you want to try it, I would love to help you. I think it is so important to have the right colors when using a cream foundation. Otherwise, they show, if the color's not right, it'll show texture, it'll enhance fine lines, wrinkles, all the things. So if you want help, I'm happy to help color match you. It's just for free. It's easy. You just send in a couple photos of yourself and I'll send you back my color recommendations. I'll put the link for it here. But yeah, I'd love to help you.